Ladies and gentlemen, Ryse.Fb unboxing. Is the camera going to shake anymore? Let's get into it. So I ordered 2 concrete obstacles. I only have one. I'm really interested in getting into more. I love the realistic feel of them. And I've been really interested in these 2 pieces from Ryse.Fb. Bickford ledge and the name of the other one escapes me right now. But it's the curved ledge. It's like the banana shaped looking at ledge. So we're gonna get into it. I'll put it in the subtitles or something. And I've been waiting to see how these look. I've been holding up on making this video for a little bit. It says it's 5 pounds, 6 pounds. That's what they're counting it as the shipping weight. All goes to plan, these should be 2 really smooth, really buttery ledges. I don't even like using the word buttery, bro. I don't like that word. I don't know why I said that. That's just the par for the course of the internet content. But I love fingerboarding and skateboarding itself. Fingerboarding, it's a cold, windy day in Canada. Ryse.Fb, these pieces were made in Canada, so I'm showing love. The one's modeled after, the Bickford ledge is modeled after a famous spot in Toronto. So that's the one I'm really interested to see. The other one, yeah, it's a curved ledge I seen at Boards at the Beach in Toronto. The event last year, 2024. First fingerboard event I ever went to. Let alone one of the first events I've ever went to of any sort of scene or like fandom. It's called the Fountain Ledge. I'm not the smartest gentleman at the moment. It's been a long work day for me. Whole bunch of cardboard in that puppy. Now my big fear is that these are going to be chipped, but I'm really hoping, because I don't live too far away from I live only 2 cities away from where I believe Ryse.Fb's located. So I hope that these are going to be in as good condition as they could be shipped, because they're not going a far distance to get to me. Pieces. In fact, I kind of have an idea which one's what. I think this is the one we're going to be really looking at. I can tell you right away, this has to be the Bickford. This has got to be the Bickford. Maybe I'm wrong. And then this is the Fountain Ledge. This one here, be very gentle. I don't even know if they're upside down or not. That's the issue here, but this is more than likely the Fountain Ledge, and this is going to be the Bickford ledge. Let's get into it. So on the website, it's called Bick Ryse. Eventually, we'll go over waxing and all of that stuff too, and how that can help make your ledge much more smooth. All right, so we got the cardboard, bubble wrap. Look at that. Okay. I'm a bit of a rough critique, but one thing they got pretty accurate is that I'm lucky for is that there's no chips on the top of the ledge that I can see off the top. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but there's some potholes on this side. It's not one smooth, flush surface. From the feel it is, but from the look, there's a lot of tiny air bubbles in it. That comes from it not being vibrated enough and not having air bubbles shaken out of it enough. Still, it still looks, I mean, I'll be honest, for 30, 35, that's not terrible. Like, that's really not too bad. It's a little uneven on the bottom. I'll have to see when I put some foam grip on it. I'll put some foam grip on the bottom of there. It's still definitely, don't get me wrong, it looks skatable. Very skatable. And that's what matters. That's really it. The looks really aren't. The looks you just justify in the price you pay for the standpoint. Still, other than the air bubbles, that's my only complaint. And it looks it's very solid, feels very hefty. It's gonna last you forever as long as you don't drop it. This will last you. You could pass this down to your kids. But the air bubbles do bug me, I can't lie, because for me I really want to invest money into I really want to purchase like 1-to-1 scale model material spots, different skate spots. That's what I really want to see in fingerboarding in the futures. And this is getting close. We're getting really, really close with the materials like this. It's just, for me, my nitpicking, because mind you, I'm 30 years old. I'm 29 years old. So I sound kind of like a hard critic. Like, I'm definitely, it's just these air bubbles on this side, after doing how many amounts of grinds, it'll start to chip away and you'll get these really, really crunchy, which, if you're talking about the Bickford ledge, that's what you want, because it looks super, the real version looks super, super crunchy and choppy. But, like, I don't even know the year, because mind you, I don't know my skate history. As long as they get the air bubbles out, this would be like a A1 ledge. This is still probably going to skate super nice. Actually, as I correct myself, there is some chips here, unfortunately. So that's my only other gripe, because of the... I mean, that won't affect it too bad, because I don't think my board's going to get on the underside. But as you can see here, this is how it should look. This corner's almost perfect around the outside. Which, to be fair, this is really hard to do in a mold, in a silicone mold, which I'm assuming they're doing. But if it looked like that, would be worth the money. It's still worth the money, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm just being a hard critic because I'm someone that loves skateboarding. I don't mean it against any brand. I'm just giving viewers a very honest, brutally honest opinion. But if you check the other corners, there's these big chips that have broken away probably before they shipped it, because I don't see any chips of concrete that were in the bubble wrap that I'm aware of. So this would have probably pre-chipped before they shipped it to me, which, I mean, you're not going to have perfect ones all the time, but you got to sell stuff like that as blems eventually. Still, I'm glad to support the scene, and we need more street-inspired spots. I'm still really psyched to skate on this. I want to see more things like this in fingerboarding, and all you got to do is get rid of these air bubbles and you will have the best ledge on the market, I believe. We will start adding the foam grip. I'll show you guys a little of that too, to keep this, because the bottom side, as they gave it to me, I don't think they gave me any foam grip. I'll have to look in the bag, actually, in the box. From what I can see, I didn't get any stickers or anything. I just got the ledges. It's just fingerboard ASMR. This is a terrible reveal, but that looks beautiful. Now that looks, like I said, that has air bubbles, but it looks much more flush. That's very similar to the one I seen at Boards at the Beach. I'm really excited to try some grinds on this bad boy, because it's curved. This will be the first curved concrete obstacle that I've encountered. And then not only this, but this I'd imagine would be skatable too. I've just got to find out, see if you can blunt it, right? Because there should be enough room between this epoxy and here to get your wheel on there. Mind you, anytime you get a new obstacle, you got to warm up to it before you're good. But let's try one nollie to willy off the top. And maybe ollie to willy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll just take that one, because that was probably like a 5-0. Yeah, this one there's much less, a lot more of the air bubbles have been buffed out. It's still clean. Like, these are my first obstacles, so of course I'm coming from, this is my first experience, so I'm sorry if I sound too whiny, like pedantic about the details. It's just because on a real life spot, you wouldn't have air pockets this big. You'd still have air pockets even on real concrete. It's just they're as small as these are on this piece, so it's kind of hard to, it's a little more frustrating because they can chip easier. The only other concrete obstacle I've ever had is this one right here, which is my go-to. It's the Guai Guai Chai street bench, concrete bench. But you also notice there's no air bubbles on this puppy. They did a really good job with the concrete, whoever poured this concrete, because there's not an air bubble in that whatsoever. So maybe I just lucked out with getting this one as my first concrete ledge. That's terrible. This is normally my, there we go, there's a 5-0 for you. But yeah, this has been my go-to concrete ledge for about almost a year now, probably over a year now. But it's weird because it did look, concrete it wears, and then if you really are grinding it and waxing it, it ends up looking like this where it wears out. It looked very similar to this in the beginning. For me, I would have rathered a version without the epoxy, just so I could fill up the spot with the like fake grass, so I could make it look like a park curb. Because the water, it looks cool, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't have the tangibility that like the fake grass would have. It's still a really, really, really cool idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit it. If you're just someone that likes water, if you like skating over water more than you like skating over grass, it's just the aesthetic to me of grass and lush. It feels more pleasing to my eye. But still, yeah, I wish I could put, and you probably still could, but then I wouldn't really have the room to blunt this, so we'll probably just have to deal with it as the epoxy. So yeah, that's the two pieces. We have the Bic Rise and the fountain ledge from Ryse.Fb, modeled after the Bickford ledge, and this is their own design. Very, very cool. Okay. So we got this cheap, I live by this stuff right here, cheap Amazon grip tape. Everyone will tell you, oh, use, I mean, you can use any type of grip. I'm just a snob. I haven't used any good grip tape. I'm a cheap guy. I'm a broke boy. We're gonna maybe even need 2 sheets for this, but I'll also cut it up with a pair of scissors. Use any kind of foam grip tape. I prefer, it's better the cheaper the grip tape for when you're using it on obstacles anyway, because it doesn't wear out nearly as quick because you're not using it for tricks. Careful. Alright, we'll slice these bad boys up. Cutting it into tiny strips, I can give it a more even distribution across. That's the theory anyway. That's just the theory. We don't really know. This is just a hypothesis, ladies and gentlemen. B-roll, B-roll. Alright, I'm going to cut footy for a minute. This is just going to be useless B-roll. All our little pieces of grip tape are on there. It'll feel more stable and it won't move. Like, see that? I moved the camera before. I'm going to move this Ryse.Fb ledge. Okay, that's about as even Stevens as your boy's gonna be able to get it. If I had enough likes and subscribers, I could do live streams of this instead, but no, I gotta make long form content for you boys and girls. Foam grip. That bad boy's not gonna budge. Other than that, very, very, very cool ledge. Just my only gripe is air bubbles. The air bubbles bug me, but it is what it is. And that concludes this first video from your boy fb.jonathan. I hope all of you have a good night and keep skating, keep thrashing, keep getting the cash in, baby. We're out of here. Until next time, peace.